Alright guys, welcome back to another Miraculous Ladybug reaction video. Today we're looking at episode 10 of season 4. Last episode we were looking at episode 17, where that episode was more of a Nino Alia centered episode. This episode though, I know we're going to be dealing with multi-mouse, so I'm really excited to get into this episode. Not going to waste any more time. I'm really excited to see what's going on and I guess what we missed with these episodes since they're out of order. But yeah, I have nothing else to say. I'm really excited to watch this episode. Before we get started real quick though, I just want to say thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. If you guys end up enjoying this video, then you can like the video, comment, subscribe. All those things really help me out, and subscribing lets you guys know when I upload next. So if you guys want to know, if you guys want to see more of these videos, I do have a playlist at the end of the video, and also subscribing lets you guys know when I upload my next reaction video. So yeah, not gonna waste any more time. Let's get into the video. God, it's so hard to remember all of these names. Oh, little mouse? Jesus. That was gushy. Jeez. Construction. What the heck? Freedom of speech.
Não podemos guardar rochas, isso é muito importante. Querem cortar todas essas árvores.
Crianças, sejam sensatas.
Nah. Forget that.
Crianças, mas não tem opção. Vou ter que levar vocês pra cá.
Oh my gosh.
Chique, o que eu faço? Devo me
What the heck is...
Eu não sei. A Milene e o Ivan são bonzinhos, né?
Oh, Tiki, there's a lot you gotta learn. You've been in that box a little too long. What the heck? Oh wait, is this a school day? Milan, that was her name. Milan and Ivan, right?
Levou ela e o Ivan pra casa porque eles estavam protestando e bloqueando uma escavadeira. O quê? Uma Milene e o Ivan serem
But she said something about like... Oh? Oh, okay, Miss Bustier, let's go. I wasn't expecting this. Yo, this is why I said this before. I love this class. And I love the teacher too. It's like they all got their backs. I think that's really cool. Oh my god, I was not expecting this to be the episode, but I'm all for it. Let's go. Right? We've never seen her this angry. Oh. It seems a bit strange that you're chopping down trees in order to get more oxygen. Also, do you only have like one police officer? Jesus Christ. Why is Roger so afraid of Miss Bustier? I mean, like, I can understand she's very intense, but like, he's like really afraid. What? Is that Gabriel? That was the aggress sign. Is it? No, Marinette, wake up! Oh my god. Yeah, it seems like a chemical, if anything.
Estão sendo enganados pelas imagens bonitas.
Right.
Apresentando assim, o projeto Oxigênio parece ótimo, mas quando a gente olha bem de perto, ele não se sustenta. Na verdade, vão cortar nossos melhores filtros naturais, as árvores, e vão trocar elas por filtros artificiais. Essa torre. E ainda vão fazer a gente pagar por isso. Em vez de destruir todas essas árvores, não seria bem melhor construir mais parques?
Right? Just make more trees, right? Oh my god, Chloe. How the heck is he making fresh? I mean, I guess he still has a business. He wants a business so like when his wife comes back, they have money still. But this is very far from like clothes. What you want is to remove the trees, which are free and natural air filters, and replace them with a tower that will absorb the polluted air so that you can clean the air and then sell it in plastic bottles. The same bottles that will become garbage and end up polluting the ocean. Oh my gosh. They seem to be able to get it just fine. Honestly, it seems like the class would stand up with you.
Tentamos, Marinette. Temos protestado contra o projeto Oxigênio há pelo menos 6 meses e fizemos de tudo para chamar a atenção de vocês. Parem o projeto Oxigênio!
You're gonna have to cut through us. Jeez. Yeah, they do seem like he seems very eager to get this thing done. So this you know that there's something behind it.
Prefeito, eu andei pensando e acho que as crianças têm razão.
Você não é pago pra pensar.
Ah, I don't pay you to think, Roger.
Enlouqueceu, prefeito.
Oh my God.
Apoio a minha filha.
Vocês estão sendo ridículos. Perdão, prefeito.
Okay, obviously they don't want it. You're supposed to work with the people. Oh my God, it's him. It's him again. Jesus. But yeah, if the people don't want it and you work for the people, then don't do it. Unless you're doing it for another you have another motive. Uh-oh.
Quando lutamos por uma boa causa, sempre achamos uma solução.
What? He basically said good luck. I see. Was this whole, like, was he not expecting this plan to work at all? He just needed another akumatized victim? It just seems like so flimsy. And like I said, it has nothing to do with, it has nothing to do with, like, fashion. And a Muck and an Akuma this time. Maledikators. Okay, I wasn't expecting this. And I guess this is also the episode where he gets his little charm. Interesting. An advisor? Is it gonna be like a clone of him? What the heck is that? Oh, the Mega Leech. Jesus Christ! Oh, that's horrible. Oh no, I don't like that. I don't like that. No. Oh my gosh! What the heck? Oh, okay. This is freaky. Oh no, Ivan! I don't know what's more gross, the giant leech in the air, or little tiny Maledikators getting inside your ear. Oh God, okay. This is an episode, alright. Oh, come on, Alia, you can do it. Nice. That's right. Oh no. Just swat him away, just swat him away. Maybe they don't touch water. Oh gosh, he's sending like a bunch of them. You see that huge stream of tiny Maledikators? Uh-oh, that was close. I'm scared of sewers. You're scared of mice, but your boyfriend calls you a little mouse? That's pretty smart. Nice one. Well done. Hey, it worked, Tiki. Come on. Also, she could have been really close and just heard all of that. Oh my gosh. Oh, no. Oh, my lady. Alright, so when are we gonna get Mighty Mouse, huh? Minnie Mouse? Tiny Mouse. I forgot the name. Oh, gosh. Oh, jeez. I was like, what was the... What the heck? Wait, what? I'm confused. Is it over? No. Yeah, I don't think it was gonna work. Yeah, you need to find a way to like fuse them back or something. Because she has to go recruit the next superhero, Shaq. Huh? What? I forgot that she was this afraid before? Oh, she wasn't she? Yeah, her last like Akuma villain was like something to do with fear. Mighty Mouse. I don't think that's her name. I forgot. Oh, that's cool. Why would you do that? Mulu. Alright, let's go. New transformation. Okay. Oh, that's cute. Okay. Oh, love the hood. Okay. Okay, not bad.
Uau!
Oh, and I love the costume a lot. It's so cute.
Isso vai te ajudar a libertar os Amoks e Akumas em todas as faixas de cada
Oh, so it's gonna be like an army of
Mas e o sentimento?
mice versus an army of clones.
Eu sei. Eu
Oh,
não
she's
tô
gonna turn into little tiny bits, and then their weight is gonna be
com medo. Eu
light enough to float, right? Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's really cool. And they all have tiny little, let's go, they have tiny little ice skates. Nice. That was a weird smile.
Tá tudo bem. Eu chamei reforços.
Oh! No! Good. I didn't want him to be like, I didn't want him to be controlled forever.
Ouve!
Mini de
That was a plan though, that was pretty smart.
Você precisa melhorar.
Oh, B. Oh, okay. It's the whole team. It's the whole team. Let's go. Okay.
Me espera! Pose de grupo!
Group pose. I love it. I love the self-awareness. Love it. I love the team attacks. There are a lot of those things. Nice. Oh, that looks cool. Oh, that looks really cool.
Proteção!
Nice.
Hora de
De-evilize.
aniquilar a maldade.
Is it gonna be like a huge thing again? Remember in the Remember the origin episode? Great team effort, everybody. Well done, well done. Too bad we couldn't have Rena Rouge, but still. I think we needed a little bit of a break from her, to be fair. Oh, that's cool.
Senhor prefeito.
It even has this little badge.
Ele vai
Aqui para proteger Paris.
Ainda tô preocupada com uma coisa, prefeito.
Milan looks like she's having none of it. Like, I still don't like you.
O que é ser?
Yeah, that's right. Your actual superheroine is telling you not to mess up the environment. It's like if Superman went down and went, knock it off.
Muito corajosa,
Whew.
Milene. Pode
This was a pretty big episode, I'm not gonna lie. I liked it.
Para nossa próxima batalha.
Yeah,
Dessa
okay.
vez, eu vou ser vitorioso.
Spoiler alert, you're gonna lose a couple more times, Shadow Moth. I'm sorry to say.
E no futuro, a Blaster Voz vai permanecer e as árvores vão continuar a filtrar nosso ar. Era certo, professor.
So, that's gonna be the giant tree?
Os dois ganharam essa batalha.
I wonder if in the future that there is actually a giant tree. Are you okay? Somebody help him.
Ajudar, senhor prefeito.
Somebody help him.
Finalmente lindo no comercial.
Como é que é, Marinette?
What was that?
Queria dizer que foi ótimo a gente abrir os olhos para os problemas complexos que estavam escondidos por trás do lindo comercial. Foi
Oh gosh.
Adrian se posicionou contra mim hoje.
Eu não
Yeah, 'cause you're
posicionei contra
trash.
Você, pai. Eu fui pro planeta.
Adrian, para o quarto.
Tá legal, pai.
Aww. That's cool. Alright, we are back with the discussion. Honestly, it has been a very, very long time since I actually first watched this episode, which is why this video is coming out so late. At the time of this recording, Crocodile just released today. After I'm done discussing this episode, I'm going to be talking about that. I'm going to be watching that episode. So I'm going to try my best to sort of condense this so I can quickly move on to the next episode. But we still have a lot to talk about here, so I want to make sure I cover everything. Hopefully also this is the last time I take so long to upload an episode. Okay, so let's talk about this episode. This episode is called Mega Leech, episode 10 of season 4. This one really focuses on Milan and her becoming Mighty Mouse. Overall, like I said, I thought this was a really good episode and a return to the norm of Miraculous Ladybug, more or less. Of course, we still had the bunch of heroes come out in this episode. We had Mighty Mouse make her appearance as Milan becoming Mighty Mouse, and like a whole bunch of other stuff. But this was a very action-packed episode, unlike episodes that we've gotten like Senti Bubbler or what do you call it? Rocketeer. Like those episodes more focused on the characters, I feel, and less on the action. I mean, Rocketeer did get a lot more action, but even then, like compared to this episode, there wasn't that much of it. and I've said it in the past, I don't have a problem with it. The Rena Rouge episodes have been really great, really focusing on Alia, which I love the character, I love her superheroine, but I can understand a lot of people feeling a bit of fatigue and wanting things to be a little bit normal, which I feel like this season was. I feel like it was a really good balance, but because of the crazy schedule and just how whack it was, I feel like that was the reason why everything just feels like too much. Like, I feel like they really balanced it out, but because of how they released the episodes, it felt very off. So yeah, this was a very more normal, action-packed episode. So yeah, we start off here with Milen trying to psych herself up so she's not afraid to, speak out in public. As far as Milen's fear thing, like, I honestly completely forgot that was her thing. Like, I forgot, like, cause, like, I feel like we really only focused on that in season 1, when she had the whole Horrificator thing. I don't even remember how she became akumatized. I have to honestly rewatch the season 1 episodes because it's been a while. But yeah, I feel like that was the last time that Milen's fear was a prominent thing in an episode. Usually Milen is in the background, usually with like Marinette and the rest of like her girlfriends, and they're usually her and everybody else is trying to get Marinette to confess to Adrian. But we never really focused that much on Milen herself, which is cool to finally get back to that. But yeah, it's been so long that I honestly forgot about that. But I do remember in episode 3, Milen was the one with the charms. She was the one that had like those friendship charms, I think. So you can see that she is very like she is the more superstitious kind of person. So I do like how they carried that over in this episode, especially when she showed all her charms to Marinette or to Ladybug. So something that I was surprised to see was Miraculous Ladybug putting a spotlight on protesting. I mean, definitely this season has introduced a lot of more mature topics, like, fathers leaving their children and the mom by themselves, and like not really, like, basically neglect. Also have things like with Rose, where it's focused on spending each day like it's your last, because it might actually be your last, especially if you were diagnosed with like a serious disease. It's really no surprise that this season will continue showing off these more mature topics, especially with something like protesting, especially like in France. France is one of the places that's like, big on protesting. There have been multiple protests just in this past year alone. So I definitely do feel like, recent events has definitely influenced this episode. And honestly, I'm really happy to see Miraculous Ladybug diving into these sort of things. And I think they did a pretty good job. While a little bit unrealistic, overall, it was a really good showing. And I really did appreciate seeing these sort of things like on kids TV. I've mentioned this before, but Miraculous Ladybug does seem to be growing with its audience, little by little, but still growing, especially this season, focusing on like these more mature topics and wanting to spread this knowledge to the kids, and also the growing audience members that they've gathered over the years. So yeah, you see here that they're protesting this new oxygen tower, which I 100% agree is absolutely nonsensical. Like, I don't really see the point of a tower that you can like just simply plant more trees, and just something about it just felt weird. Like, I feel like they would have like spread out like artificial oxygen, which I feel like wouldn't help. And then Marinette later down the line even made it like more clear how this could be dangerous for the environment, bottling up oxygen and then later on throwing it into the ocean and throwing it into like just out in the open, and then just creating more litter and creating more harm for the environment. So yeah, this was definitely like a environmental friendly / protesting episode, and I think that they handled it pretty well. And yeah, like you could see the faults in this plan that Andre and Gabriel created. We'll speak more about Gabriel later. So you even have like the mayor ordering the police to silence the protesters, and then you even have Marinette going like, should I transform? Should I break him out? And then after that, Tiki's like, Marinette. Yeah, and then I feel like they were leaving this open for people. Like, normally the police take the bad guys, right? And then it's like, we'll leave that open for you guys to understand what we're trying to say here. I'm like, okay. Yeah, you see they're even asking the question, but Milen and Ivan are good, right? Obviously. But yeah, so yeah, she's late for school. And actually, I want to talk about this because I mentioned this in Julika's episode with Rose and everything. I really like this class. I really like just the community that they're building here, and just like how close everybody is and everything like that. And like now you have Miss Bussiere, like she's always been helping in the past, but you see her here just like putting down all this stuff and being like, all right guys, pack up your stuff, we're going over to the park and we're gonna save Milan and Ivan, and we're gonna help them fight for the environment. So I really like that. Like, you know, not 100% realistic. I feel like if a teacher actually did do this, heads would be rolled. Definitely, parents would be upset that they're just sending their students out into the open without any like forms to sign or anything like that. And then obviously the principal wouldn't be happy because the parents wouldn't be happy, and then no doubt Miss Bussiere would have been fired. But still, for a cartoon, I thought that this was a pretty like cool thing to see, and it just really makes Miss Bussiere shine as a very cool and very understanding and just, you know, a good teacher. You know, like put everything down. We're gonna learn about what did she say? Even Officer Roger is scared of her, which I think is just great. But yeah, you see, today's lesson will be about civic education. So yeah, I definitely do like that strong drive. And I've mentioned, I don't think I've mentioned this in a video yet, but I do plan on it, talking about a specific character. But one of the things I really like about Miraculous Ladybug are the characters, and even though they might be a little bit over the top and doing some unrealistic stuff, it is, I think, just like cool to see. It reminds me of like Steven Universe with Beach City, where you have those over the top characters, but all of them are memorable and fun to be around. I feel like that's the same case with Miraculous Ladybug. They have these really fun characters that you want to be around and you want to root for. Most of the time. So yeah, I definitely do like how they create these characters and make them strong and make them like vibrant, like Miss Bussiere. And you have, just because there's not a supervillain attacking Paris doesn't mean nothing exciting is going on. Which, if you guys remember Rocketeer and you remember those dinosaurs, then you can definitely agree with Alia here. Also, I think like I really like the animation in this episode. It looks really good, at least right here. Like I noticed that when I first watched it. Alia looks really good in this. I wonder if the rest of the episode is like this. But yeah, definitely a good looking episode. I also wondered, why did Andre only bring one officer here? Like I obviously am not asking for more police officers to be in the situation, but I am wondering why he thought, okay, I probably just need one officer here and then we'll be all good. It's like, what? You're lucky you only have 2 protesters. I mean, let's be honest here. So poor planning on Andre's part, 100%. So I noticed the Gabriel, you have the like aggressed symbol, Gabriel's company symbol here. So it seems like Gabriel and the government are working together on this one, or at least the mayor is. I guess the mayor is the government, but you know what I'm trying to say. I'm wondering if Gabriel did this just to get Andre to become an akumatized victim, or if he actually did have something planned here. Because like you saw later on that he was very upset that Adrian like stood against him, but is that just because my son shouldn't be standing against me even if I don't really care about this project? Or did Adrian actually ruin a project that Gabriel actually wanted to exist? So I do wonder what that's about. But it just seems very interesting because this is so far away from clothes and fashion and all that stuff. Like it's a completely different ball game altogether. So I'm just wondering, is this just like what businesses do? You know, they have one main focus, but of course they have branching other projects in order to keep making money, you know, on the side. And I mentioned this before, like, you know, obviously Gabriel wants to have money when he brings his wife back. So like, is he just doing this just to keep the bank account going, or is there like an actual reason why he's doing this that has to do with Shadow Moth and all that stuff? Or like I said, it's just another akumatized victim plan of his. I did just find that very interesting. And then you have Adrian here, who had absolutely no idea what this was for, and it just makes you like, basically what he does is he just does the commercials, and then that's it. Like at this point, they're just farming him from one project to the next, so he has absolutely no idea what the heck is going on. Oh, you know what? I did remember they did. Gabriel did do a perfume thing, didn't he? Like in season 2 or something like that, and there was a commercial for that, or like a billboard for that. So he does branch around. It's not just style; it's also like other stuff too. But yeah, like I said, like Adrian's just all over the place at this point. He has no idea why he's doing any of this, and like he doesn't even know what project he's in anymore, and they're keeping stuff from him. So I wonder if that's gonna like affect him in the future. Like, it's like, do you not trust me to tell me the full details? Like, I'm putting my face on these commercials, and at this point you're not telling me what these commercials are. And like, you have your business, but this is technically my career. So if you put me in something that might damage my career, that's on you, and then I'm gonna be the one to suffer for it. So it's just, I'm wondering if we're gonna see Adrian become more independent because of this and be like, this isn't right, you know? If this is my career, then I should be able to have a say in where I am and what I'm doing. So yeah, and we already see obviously that Adrian is trying to break free from his father's rules. So I mean, at this point, like, I feel like it's inevitable. Like, maybe in the last episode, Adrian's just gonna be like, enough, you know? So yeah, I'm just skipping over a lot of this. Milen talks about how she has been trying to get people to help, but nobody's been paying attention. We know Marinette's been busy with Ladybug stuff, and Adrian, I guess, too, as well. Everybody else, though, like, just completely ignored her. But now you've seen the whole city, like, rally against them. And I said this before, but it's like, if the people don't want this, then don't do it. You're not helping, all right? Obviously, they don't want it. Even if it's good, you know, they don't want it. So if you are with the people, and if what they're asking for isn't damaging anybody, then there's no reason for him to do this. You know, he's like, I'm trying to help you, but it's like, we don't want your help. Not for this, please. Remember this guy? I used to think that this guy, I don't know if I said this before, but I used to think that this guy was going to have a Miraculous. Like, when he first appeared with the gorilla episode, I thought he was going to transform. But I was completely wrong. Now he just shows up every now and then, which I think is hilarious. Like Adrian's look-alike here. So now you have Gabriel here basically saying, hey, good luck to you, man. I gotta go and do some stuff. Basically leaving Andre to the wolves and just going off and doing his own thing. And we know what he's gonna do. But Andre must be like, you've got to be kidding me. You're the one that set all this up, and now you're saying, good luck, fam. It's all on you. Have a good one. I just think that's hilarious. Like, through Andre's perspective, he's just been screwed over by Gabriel Agreste. I just think that's very hilarious if you think about, like, through Andre's perspective. So yeah, now we have, and by the way, this is the 3-minute mark. Usually, like, I feel like in a lot of the episodes lately, they've been getting akumatized, like, I'd say halfway through the episode, but this is like not even halfway through the episode. This is only the 3-minute mark. So like I said, this was a very action-packed episode. The rest is basically just action. Not much to talk about here. This thing is absolutely disgusting. Well, not Andre. This giant leech thing, like, Jesus, this thing is ugly. Like, this whole episode was honestly disturbing, and I love it. Like, for one thing, I hate tiny, like, multiple tiny things, like, moving around and crawling all over you. I hate that so much. And we have that in this episode. And then we have them going inside people's ears and then taking control of them. So this episode was absolutely just creepy for me. I don't know for anybody else, but, like, just, oh gosh, this is just horrible. We get a little bit of Milen and Marinette here, and you see Milen talking about her getting over her fears. Like, she was super scared of protesting this morning, but, like, so you can see that she gets over her fears when it comes to helping out other people for the most part. You see here that we know that she's scared because she rejects the Miraculous at first when Ladybug gives it to her. But even though she's scared, she's trying to calm Marinette down. So, like, you can see that, like, she has that kindness inside her, and, like, she's willing to break free of that fear to help other people, which I think is absolutely great. You know, really great character showing right there, you know, that she's a really good person that puts others before herself. And then you see her with her pins, like I said, very superstitious, which I think is a really cool thing to see. And then you have this, which is very genius right here, Marinette pretending to be controlled by Maledikators. I think that's a very just very funny, very creative thing to do. Very easy as well, you know. You can't really prove that they haven't been taken control of, you know. So around the 12-minute mark, we see Marinette or Ladybug capturing the Akuma and the Amok, and it turns out, like, you know, she thinks that she got it all, but which was kind of confusing at first. Like, for 2 seconds, I was like, wait, what? But then Chat Noir is like, wait a minute, this isn't right, and then helps, and then they realize that they have to get every single one from every single Malediktor. So I do think that's pretty cool and pretty nice to see, you know, chat being helpful as well. Definitely in the last couple episodes, he hasn't been helpful, but he's been kind of pushed to the side, which I think that is definitely on purpose, because we're gonna be getting that that Ladybug versus Chat Noir episode. And unlike the ones from season 1 and season 2 where Adrian was just being controlled, this might be a bit bigger than that. Like, you know, he might be akumatized. I doubt it, but he might turn evil in the end like Chloe did, but I doubt that's going to happen. More likely he's going to be akumatized, or he's going to get in a muck, and that's what's going to be the big battle here. Yeah, we get Milen getting her Miraculous here, and we see that she's blaming herself. Like, I like how she blames herself for something that has nothing to do with her, you know? Like, she's like, maybe if I didn't do this whole protest, none of this would have happened. Which is like, well, if you didn't do this whole protest, then we might have gotten that oxygen tower. So I definitely like that. It's like, it's not your fault at all, but she thinks it is because all this stuff is happening around her. Maybe that's just me, but I just like that little thing right here. It's like, maybe I should have just left well enough, and like, a lot of things with like the whole protest thing is like, maybe I should have just left well enough alone. But it's like, if you did, things would have just ended up staying the same and nothing would have changed. So I definitely do like that they put that in for Milen as well. It definitely does like put a spotlight into real world things. So we get to see Mulu or Mullo, I think it's Mulu. And we see that she's a bit of like a mischievous sort of mouse. I guess similar to like Jerry from Tom and Jerry, you know. Which I like, you know, I like characterizing these Kawamis more and more, giving them like, you know, vibrant characters. And I just find it funny that the mischievous mouse is gonna be going with like the more scared person, you know. It's like opposites attract, you know. But yeah, we get the transformation here. I think it looks pretty good, you know. It's okay. It's not like the best one in the season. It's very it's a lot more tame, but like I definitely did like the costume, and I like the red hair that they did. The all red hair, I think it looks very good, very colorful. The red is very vibrant. And then we have the hood here with the mouse ears, which I think is really cool. The whole costume honestly looks really, really cute and very cool. And I like the tail at the end as well. I think that's really cool. Which I think the tail is the jump rope. That's actually really, really cool. So we see here her using her powers here to shrink and multiply. We saw that with Marinette as well. The only thing I have to say is, like, I'm wondering how long her thing lasts. Like, does it last 5 minutes like everybody else? Because I feel like it was a lot more than 5 minutes, but maybe I was wrong. Like, in order to like gather all those Akumas and stuff and then make it in time before you de-transform. I just wonder, like, was that 5 minutes? It felt like a little bit more than 5 minutes. You would think the Miraculous would like time out by now, but you know, whatever. Details. But yeah, you see like basically a war, Milen versus Andre. And then I like how she uses the ice skating, like, you know, sort of like with the rope, you know, and like making it swing around. I thought that was really cool. And the fight scenes here were really good. Kind of wondering if it's safe for Malediktor to just stomp around somebody's head, but it's probably nothing. It's probably fine. What's the worst that can happen? But yeah, this was really cool. And then this right here was very surprising. Seeing Chat Noir getting taken over. I was worried that it was going to be taken over for the rest of the episode, but they wrapped it up really quick, which I liked. And what I really liked as well was Ladybug basically bringing in the whole squad. You got Zoe here, Nino, Kagami, Max. I think that's all of it, right? Yeah. And you have all of them here. I'm like, oh, that is really cool. And then you have the superhero pose here, and then you have Chat Noir going like, wait, superhero pose, bring me in too. And I thought that was really really funny and really very self-aware, and I thought that was really cool. Yeah, here you see, hey guys, wait, group pose, and then they do the group pose. I thought that was really cool. But yeah, I really liked this, even though none of them, I'm pretty sure, had any speaking parts. It was cool to see Marinette basically bringing in like a small little Justice League in order to defeat the supervillain. Team attacks, all of them were really cool. Max using the portal, Zoe using Venom, and then also you do have, I almost forgot, and then you have Multi-Mouse here, like just gathering all the Akumas. And then this was very reminiscent of the final episode, which was also the origin episode of season 1, where you had Marinette gathering all of the Akumas and then letting them all go at once. I thought that was really cool to bring that back. And this also just looks really good. Like the portal and the shield and all that stuff, and then you have Kagami circling around the Akumas. I thought that was really cool to see. And yeah, you have them all. I love them all together. I think that's really cool. Max looks a little weird, I'm not gonna lie. He looks like kind of like Dead Eyes over there. But okay, we'll forget about it. But yeah, that's basically the episode. Everything gets back to normal. And then Andre is giving his little pin, which I think really looks really good. He even has his like little badge in the middle of it. Yeah. And then that's basically it here. You have, oh yeah, there's also one more thing I want to talk about. And this episode ends putting a spotlight on Adrian, which I find very interesting. Like this whole episode, Adrian just sort of was there, but at the same time, you know, not. But now we're ending the episode focusing on Adrian and Gabriel. And then Gabriel's like, "You stood against me. How dare you?" Basically. And then he's like, I'm just fighting for what me and my friends think is right. And then he's like, "Shut up, go to your room." And then Adrian's just like, "Okay." And I find that very interesting that they did a close-up to Gabriel's face. Usually, like in anime and stuff like that, the whole like putting like close-up on a character's like mouth is for like 3 reasons. One, they entered the conversation suddenly, like, and surprisingly. So like what they do is they just show the mouth, and then they have everybody turn around, and then they show the character that said, they show the character that was talking. The second reason could be because they said something very important. Like they said something that, like, you know, the main character, the character that they were talking to, caught and was like, "Wait a minute, what did you just say?" So I don't think that's the situation here. I feel like it was very clear what he was saying, "Go to your room." So I don't think that was it. The third thing is, like, if they're giving a command, like if they're giving a sudden command mysteriously or something like that. Like if usually, like if a character is under somebody else's control, to do a close-up on the mouth and be like, "You will do as you're told," or something like that, and the person will be like, "Yes, master," or something like that. So I do think it's the third thing. I think that this is showing that Gabriel basically told Adrian a command that he cannot refuse, and not because he's his father, but because he's under his control. That's what I believe is going on here. That's why they did a close-up to his mouth. Like I feel like a close-up on somebody's mouth is very strange, and like there has to be a reason for that, and I feel like that is the reason why, because Gabriel does have some kind of mind control over Adrian. And this was the episode where everybody was like, "Ooh, Adrian, Senti monster?" I mean, that theory has been going on for a long time, but it went into like full throttle when this episode came out, like to the point where Thomas was like, "All right, guys, let me remind you what a Senti monster is." Not saying if Adrian is a Senti monster or not. And if I'm being honest, like Gabriel, like he shuts down nonsense like right away. Like a lot of people are like, "Hey, is Chloe getting that redemption?" And he's like, "What? No." What? Like basically that's what he's saying. Is like Chloe is not getting a redemption. Like that's a fan wish, you know? So like if Adrian wasn't a Senti monster, I feel like Thomas would just be like, "Adrian isn't a Senti monster," you know, rather than just being like, "Oh, the fans, like, you know, they like to do these crazy things." But I don't know if I'm talking about the fans who are disagreeing with this theory, or if I'm talking about fans who are agreeing with this theory. Like, I don't know. He felt very sly about his comments about this. So I'm still on the fence, leaning more towards Adrian being a Senti monster, and I feel like this is very strong evidence as to that theory. And what's more so, you see him like rubbing his ring like this, like that could be where his amok is, which, like I said, we'll have to see. I feel like that whole theory is honestly, like, can I just say that Miraculous Ladybug I've gotten a lot better at secrets. Like in the first season, you had the whole who's Hawkmoth thing. And I guess you had the Master Food thing as well, but like the big thing was who's Hawkmoth, and everybody was like, it's Gabriel, obviously. I mean, who else is it gonna be? So that was an obvious secret right there. But I feel like the secrets now have been getting a lot harder to find out if it's true or not, and I really like that. It really shows that the writing has very much improved, to the point where it's like, well, just tell us, Thomas. tell us the secrets. But yeah, I definitely do like that, and I definitely did like this whole episode. This was a very good episode, focusing on a lot of things, bringing a lot of attention to characters like Gabriel, Adrian, and then getting a cool like team up episode with all these heroes. I thought that was a really cool episode. But yeah, I said this was gonna be short. This was like 35 minutes long. I have a new episode to react to. I'm really excited for Crocodile. And I will see you guys next time. Tell me what you guys thought about this episode down in the comment section down below. And thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys. Until then, bye.